Back to the rest of the news. The Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation Media Group has reaffirmed commitment to engaging in initiatives that promote sustainable development. The Director General, Mr. Kenneth Odushola Stevenson of Osrc Media Group, spoke during a courtesy visit by the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations (NIPR) Ondo State Chapter. Osrc's Abidemi Akintoye reports as presented from our studio.
The management and members of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations (NIPR) Ondo State Chapter, led by its chairman, Funmilayo Ekwedurami, paid a courtesy visit to Osrc to appreciate the corporation's collaborative efforts, which have contributed to the Institute's recent achievements.
It's very right and neat to be here, to be highly resourceful and dynamic leader. Yes, has been celebrated with excellence in journalism and broadcasting like you. So we have learned that as a winning journalist with an inspirational drive, you have consistently set clear, well-researched vision throughout your illustrious career. This you have caused to bear here presently in Osrc.
The visit was aimed at deepening professional and ethical standards and strengthening effective communication practices among public relations practitioners in the state.
The visit is to engage in meaningful conversation on issues that can foster sustainable development within our state and employ key areas of mutual benefit between our organization, that is between NIPR and this organization, this Osrc, and to underscore the fact that the narrative must change for any organization that want meaningful.
Coming up in June, Leadership Summit is Ondo State Public Relations Leadership Summit. We are going to invest the governor as the patron of the institute in Ondo State. So the Leadership Summit is all about mentorship, how leaders can be more focused to the yearnings of development.
The Director General of Osrc, Mr. Kenneth Odushola Stevenson, expressed admiration for the principles of public.
Very much for putting this together, because the issue of leadership, globally everybody says leadership, but I can tell you that leadership is beyond the word leadership. Leadership is about managing and being able to understand the team you work with.
He emphasized that achieving meaningful growth in public relations within the state requires synergy between institutions like NIPR and media organizations such as Osrc to harness their collective expertise in driving positive change and promoting community progress through effective communication.
Now moving to the foreign cold rise, Iwona's rescue efforts continue. At least 32 people have lost their lives after severe flooding ravaged Kinshasa.
To be moved to government shelters after their homes were swept away by flood waters. Officials say they have set up 4 emergency shelters and have rescued hundreds of people.
If we have to move people from one place to another, we'll do it, because our first priority is to keep the Congolese people safe. We can no longer leave Congolese lives in danger.
But for many, help came.
I was with the other children when it happened. It breaks my heart. They had already taken her body when I got home. I was told her forehead was fractured, that her neck was broken. Everything was broken. I feel immense pain.
Many are still coming to terms with what they have witnessed, the lives lost, swept away in the flood.
It was around 7:45 p.m. when the rain started, and it continued until Sunday around 11 a.m. During the night, the water caused massive
flooding. Officials say about half of the city's 26 districts have been affected. The flooding has also left large parts of rains expected in the northern part of the country in the coming days. Blessing Obi, Osrc News.
Still from the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump's policies have created uncertainty about the decades-old transatlantic alliance. European nations are thinking their security strategy, but questions remain about who will win the defense conflict.
The large European defense giants to turn money into weapons. Companies like Rheinmetall, Thales, BAE, Leonardo and Airbus will be expected to carry the load as Europe rearms. A long list of weapons and a clear plan is needed.
The US contributes to NATO. We're talking 800 billion euros for that. Do we need to simply plan?
And Europe defense companies are already stepping up international cooperation on large projects like the Europe fighters and transport aircraft, as meant companies like Airbus can cherry-pick where best to build advanced aircraft. Data from previous models is crunched by AI and applied to new designs. Large welding robots move around aircraft, preventing the giant pieces together with laser-guided precision. These techniques significantly speed up production, but can defense giants work together to avoid waste and doubling up on designs? The key may be unity.
It's true that cooperation requires more efforts than a single program run by a single company for a single country, and then potentially leading to export to other European countries or around the world.